friends, Ginger here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about all of the books that I plan to read in October. Raptor has decided he does not want to be friends with me anymore. You're very cute. So yes, it is October, finally. Fall is coming. It is getting colder here in Western Pennsylvania. The leaves are starting to change colors, and I am ready to read some horror books. I have been looking forward to October now for like 2 months because I have been accumulating a couple horror novels that I really want to read, and I just feel like October is the perfect month to read them. I'm sure that's a lot of people's opinions, and I'm perfectly aware I can read horror books whenever I want, but I saved all of these for October and I'm just super excited to get to them. I know this is going up a little late, so I've already read one and I'm just so excited to curl up on the couch with some coffee and read some scary books. So without further ado, let's get into talking about them. So the first book on Scribd is Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica, and this was originally written in Spanish and then translated, and this takes place in a dystopian world where animal meat is no longer safe for human consumption, and so cannibalism becomes legal. And this is just a shorter story, but the concept sounds very gruesome and terrifying, and I know a lot of people really recommend it, so I definitely am adding it to my TBR. And then the other one that has been recommended so many times that I'm super excited for is The Troop by Nick Cutter, and this is about a troop of Boy Scouts that go on a camping trip and they meet this scary entity that gives them a virus or something. I'm not completely sure, but I just have heard that the gore in here and like the body horror is real, and I am very excited to be spooked and to feel squeamish. I don't know. I know some people were like, ew, why would you want to be excited for that? But I'm ready. I'm ready for the horror. I really am. And then the other one is one that I do own on ebook, and it's one that I've been seeing a lot of hype because it is pretty recently out, and this is more of a novella as it is also pretty short, so I'll be able to get through this quickly. And that is Things Have Gotten Worse Since the Last Time We Spoke by Eric LaRocca, and the cover is so gory but also like very pretty because like it's just, I love how artistic it is and how creepy it looks, and I have heard that this one is just really great, and the amount of time that it takes to tell the novel is like perfect. And this takes place in like early 2000s chat room, and I think that the text is set up similarly, so I'm very excited to see what this is even about because besides that I am going in pretty blind. And then if I get a chance, a few of the other ebooks that I have that are considered horror, we have The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and also Mexican Gothic by Silvia Morena Garcia. Those two I would also probably consider more like thrillery, but they were pitched as horror at the time, so those are on here in case I decide to get to them. They're not at the top of my list as of right this second. The other ones that I mentioned are, but they are there in my ebook folder, so those are the ebooks that I have on my list. And then the rest are physical books, and I'm just as excited for all of these. The first one I have here is the one that's been on my TBR the longest, and so I definitely want to get to it this month because I think it's been like 2 years I've had it, and I keep saving it for October and I keep not getting to it. So this is Carrie and Comfort by Dan Simmons. At the time, I kind of just looked up some horror books that everyone needs to read, and this one came up. It is reminiscent of Stephen King's The Stand, and The Stand is one of like my favorite books by him. So I was very excited, and it says dark, macabre, epic horror in the tradition of King's The Stand. So I am pretty excited. I'm pretty sure Dan Simmons is like a horror writer from like the 90s maybe. It does say that this was a 1990 Stoker Award winner, so we'll see. But other than that, I'm quite unsure what the plot is, and it is a very thick book. It's about 860 pages, so this one's gonna take me a while, but I think I'm gonna like break it up into sections and try to read a section every day and just work on it because it's been on my TBR and I've heard it's just a horror like classic that I need to read. So we're gonna work on that. And the next couple are all ones that if you watched my recent book haul, you've seen them. So you probably know that they're coming. I have 3 books here that my friend gifted me, and they are all horror mysteries, and I'm very excited to get to them. The first one we have here is The Ancestor by Danielle Tressen, and this is about a family with secrets, and it all has to deal with like their DNA and ancestry. And I think it takes place like in the mountains in this secluded home, and I think it's just gonna be a really good mix of mystery, horror, and sci-fi, and I'm definitely here for that. I think that this one was the one she liked in the middle, so we'll see. Then we have one that I've been very excited for, even though I've kind of not heard like the best things about it, but that is A Head Full of Ghosts by Tremblay, and this is a book about a girl who pretty much descends into madness, and I am very interested to read this kind of idea and plot. I don't know much about it, and it is a pretty short book, but I have read The Cabin at the End of the World by Tremblay, and I really liked that, so I'm very interested to see what I think of this one. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people have just kind of rated it average, but I'm hoping at least that the journey is good and it keeps me engaged the whole time, even if I don't love it, because it just seems perfect for spooky time. And the last one from my friend is the one she liked the most, and that is The Chill by Scott Carson, and I honestly don't know too much about this. I don't think it's YA, and it is marked more of as a thriller. My friend doesn't really like YA that much, and apparently this one is about a drowned village, and that's all I really know. But the spookiness of this cover with like the water and the nighttime scene, I am here for, and I'm thinking this is going to be like a ghost story, and who doesn't need classic ghost story during Halloween? I mean, obviously I do. Then we have a manga collection by Janji Ito, my first collection. I'm so stoked to read this, and that is Smashed. This is a collection of 13, I believe, manga short stories, and like I said, I have not read any Janji Ito yet, so this will be the first time for me, and I am just super excited to be freaked out and grossed out and enjoy some great manga art along the way. I think having this, you know, the option to have like short little stories in a picture format is going to be great, because I'm going to be looking at a lot of words, and so just being able to throw these in here and there throughout the month I think is going to be a nice palette cleanser, even though we're still going to stick to the horror. And I'm super excited to talk about this and to explain and take you guys along with my first Janji Ito experience, because I'm excited. Don't worry, I do plan to be vlogging weekly in the month of October, because I have a lot of things I want to read. Then the last physical book that I definitely have on my TBR is Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, and I am really stoked for this. This is like a classic haunted house story. I've heard lots of good things about this, and I am just interested to see what actually takes place, because besides the fact that I've been recommended it a lot and that it's about a haunted house, that's all I know. So I think I'm ready to go into this blind and be scared, hopefully. I know a lot of other people want to read this, so if you are hoping to read this in October and want to buddy read with me, please let me know down below, because we can definitely arrange that. So there we have it, my friends. This is my October TBR. It is quite ambitious, but I am seriously I haven't been this excited to read in months, so I am very hopeful that I will be able to get through a decent portion of these books, especially if I manage my time well, which, hey, we're working on it. We're gonna get there. But I am just so stoked to read these, and I hope you guys all have some excitement for my thoughts after reading these, because I am very excited to talk about them and just have a good time this October. Let me know in the comments below if there are any of these books that you are also interested in reading, or any of these that have been favorites of yours, and let me know what your October TBR is, if we have anything in common, if there's some other horror books I should check out. I am just super stoked and ready to read some books. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Wishing you all the spooky vibes this October, and I will see you all then. Bye!